Hey everyone, Matt here. I'm coming to you today from 5 Acre Wood. Hey, let's talk about the six spirit voices in our lives. We're bringing up the next one I want to talk to you briefly about, and that is, ready for this? How the flesh talks to you. And you're going, what? What do you mean the flesh talks to you? Your body will communicate with you in different ways to try to get you to do things, try to get you to motivate you, and to perform certain tasks, and it speaks to you. It's called this. And here's how the flesh will talk to you. And my example I like to use is when you go shopping. You ever gotten hungry and you go shopping? You could have a list. I had some people tell me I just follow a list, which is a really good idea. Have a list, stick to the list, you should be okay. But even if you have a list, if you're hungry, you'll be walking through the store and your body will be like, I'm hungry. Oh, you need to buy that because I'm hungry. Oh, don't that look good because you're hungry. Hey, don't forget I'm hungry, so make sure you buy me that. Hey, that looks good. And you know it happens because it's happened to you. But if you was to eat a meal before you go to like Walmart or your grocery store to go shopping, your body does that. It doesn't do that as much. It's like, yeah, I'm hungry, I'm full. My body's not trying to tell me to go buy stuff off the shelf. And you're able to have a whole lot more control. You got to try it sometime. Try to go shopping when you're hungry, and try going shopping right after you eat. One of the things that I like to do is, it's cheap, it's simple, is like at Walmart. First thing I do, if I'm going to be shopping in the food department, stop at the deli. Buy $1 worth of potato wedges. They're baked, they're cheap, they're simple, and it's not going to fatten you up and put pounds on you. At the same time, it's bulky enough to fill your stomach quickly. It'll be satisfied, so as you're walking through the food, your body's not going, hey, hello, don't forget I'm hungry, because you've given it something to deal with. So that's a good example of how the flesh will talk to you. But the flesh will talk to you in other ways as well. The flesh will talk to you when it's hot. It'll tell you to go cool down. When you're cold, it'll tell you to put more clothes on. When it's raining, the flesh tells you, hey, I'm getting wet, go inside. Your body's chemical reactions like hypothermia will do that to you. And when you're in unknown surroundings and you don't know what to do, kind of like how we do this when you're lost in the woods, your body is going to tell you, hey, I'm scared, I'm afraid, I don't want to be here, I want to be someplace else. And then it's called the fight or flight response. That's another way the flesh will talk to you, because you'll want to run. And see, this is part of the reason why when you're lost in the woods, if you ever get lost in the woods, there's a principle that is called stop, think, observe, plan. We've talked about that before. And why do they say stop? You want to know why? Because your flesh and your emotions, when you realize you're lost, is going to go crazy, especially if you don't know how to deal with them. And so you're supposed to stop. They literally say stop, sit down, and give yourself 30 minutes, an hour, because what you're doing is you're allowing those emotions that's going crazy, which happens in a part of your brain called the amygdala. It's going crazy, sending all kinds of signals, and it sends massive amount of that, and you're allowing that massive amount of chemical reaction in your body to calm down. If you don't believe me, look up the amygdala and what it's capable of doing to you, and you see how that works, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I've done that. Trust me, I did it. Go look it up. And so I looked it up myself. That's exactly what happened to me. And so your flesh can talk to you in many ways. It can talk to you when you're angry. When you're very angry, your flesh is wanting to exert energy. That's why people have temper tantrums. And that's why when somebody's mad and they're beating up a box or they're beating up a shopping cart, go let them do it. I got a story about a shopping cart sometime. It's better to let them beat up on some inanimate object because they're letting that rage out. Okay? And they've got an out of control rage. Yeah, that's their flesh talking to them, but they're channeling it towards something that will get it back in check. That's why a lot of people go boxing, they spar. That's why they go running, because they're in anger. You go for a walk because why? You're expelling energy. You're putting that anger into something manageable. So your flesh will talk to you. And like you just found out, there's ways to deal with it. Fred Rogers said this. He said, when you're angry, he says, did you know you could sit down to a piano and play all the keys at once? And that's a way of expressing anger. It's controlled. At the same time, you're making your feelings known. So, and it's the same way with happiness. It's the same way with standing and staring at the stars. Not all. It's the same way when, like as we do, we hand out teddy bears and people go, "Oh, that's part of the flesh going, oh, I feel so much more better." So the flesh can talk to you in many ways. Some of it good, some of it not so good. And you know what? And some of the flesh responses, like we were talking briefly about hyperthermia, where you're super hot, go inside, cool off, get in the air conditioner, or you're super cold, put more clothes on. So it's not a bad emotion. It's not a good emotion. It's an emotion. We all have emotions. Those emotions are in us for a reason. And what we have to do is simply learn to manage them. And so this is one of the spirit voices that's in our head. Now, this is all about talking about the spirit, those voices that talk to you. Remember, we've talked about 2 others. Now we're talking about the spirit voices. So, okay. And when I do my next video, I'm going to be talking about the 4th of the 6 spirit voices in our lives. And that is what other people are saying to you as well. Because other people also talk to you and influence you if you allow them. My name is Matt, and I'm coming to you from the 5 Acre Woods saying, please be safe, be smart, have a purpose, and look into the flesh and how the flesh will talk to you. And do that experiment I told you. Go to the store hungry when you got to go shopping for food, and then another time go shopping after you eat and see what your head's doing. You might find something out about yourself. Again, my name is Matt, coming to you 5 Acre Woods saying, please be safe, be smart, have a purpose, and let God be part of that purpose for your life. You have a good day.